I don't know if this movie is as authentic as the first. Would you get a wig made of your friend's pubic and buttocks hair?
Probably not.
Never do that.
Tim, get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah.
With a tiny toilet. And you're just like, what are we looking at here?
It's like, I'll pay $200 to eat this poop. And I was like, here we go.
It's the sequel, so that means the stunts are more dangerous, the gags are grosser, and the jackasses are bigger jackasses. Or are they? Because I think there's an argument to make that this movie might pale in comparison to the first one, but we're going to talk about it. This is The Binge, a show that merges the two greatest things this world has to offer, movies and booze. Each week we make our way through an entry of a franchise and get a little drunk along the way. This week, it's Jackass Number Two. I'm your host, Joshua Ryan, and today, I'm jacking it. By that mean, got some Jack and Coke. That's what I'm drinking here today.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. With me, as always, my co-host Timbo Jones. What's up?
What is happening, Josh? I'm very excited to be here. And I want to know, I got a question for you, Josh. When are we going to go fishing? I'm going to put a fish hook through your mouth hole, and I'm going to throw you out in the ocean, baby. We're going to catch us some trout, maybe some salmon. I don't know what is out there. I don't fish that much. Some red herring.
Fish?
I don't know. Anyway, Josh, I figured I'm gonna do something that I'm gonna pick from what they were drinking. They were drinking Miller Lights, or Millers at least.
Yeah.
But I got myself another one of those tall boys because it's Jackass, baby. And why don't we go with tall boys? Oh, I'm having so much fun.
You gotta drink that. You gotta drink that up your butthole.
I might die.
That's what you gotta do.
Well.
And with us, guest today, we have Adam. He's been on the show before. Adam, what was the last thing you were on? You were on...
oh, man.
You did Avatar, one of the Avatars with us.
Was that the last
one? That might
one?
have been it.
I don't want to...
No, you've been back since.
I don't remember what it was. But...
So it must not have been memorable.
No, it was too much fun.
Was it The Mummy? Did I come on for The Mummy?
Oh, yeah, you did a mummy. I think we did a mummy.
Maybe.
Sure.
I'm already
We'll go back. We'll listen.
I don't know.
We'll find
Who
it.
knows?
But it doesn't matter because you're here for Jackass Number Two.
I am here for Jackass Number Two. I was telling the boys before we recorded that I think I may have been born to do a Jackass pod. I do think.
Oh, nice.
I watched it, all of them, so many times on various different outlets. I'll save that for an anecdote later. But
right.
But yeah, so I think that all it brought me to this place in my life where I'm equipped to talk about Jackass.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, cheers to that.
What are you drinking?
Oh, yeah, what are you drinking?
I am getting white girl wasted as I usually do on this pod, and it's
nice.
Sunnyside, I think it's called. It's like in cursive. I cannot read it. It's terrible branding. I want to say it's Sunnyside. It's not very good.
Cursive. Nobody reads cursive anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get what the logic there is, because you're already a little bit tipsy. You're trying to read cursive. It's not good branding. I will say my girlfriend's trying to clear up our fridge, and I was like, "Oh, is this good?" And she was like, "It's an acquired taste. You should try it. See if you like it. That way we can clear up the fridge." I'm like, "Okay, I'll try it." I get in, I pop it open.
Your due diligence.
It's not great, but I'll make it through for the pod. I'll get through it.
Good to know.
I believe in you.
Let's raise a glass. Cheers to Jackass.
You jackasses.
So, Adam, I was going to ask you. You started to talk about this a little bit. I wanted to ask you what your relationship with Jackass is, because Tim and I are older than you. So we were kind of the exact target demographic of Jackass when Jackass started. But you are, you're a good bit younger, so you probably weren't there for Jackass when it first started. I wouldn't imagine. Or were you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm 28, and so this one was 2006. So my first exposure to Jackass was probably around the time this one came out, and I remember to really kind of dox myself here for Orlando natives. Anyone that may be listening that's in Orlando, anyone that knows where the Point Orlando Theater is knows that way back when, before it was the Point Orlando, it used to be called Movico. And instead of an IMAX screen, they just called it the big screen. That's all they call it.
Yeah, the giant screen.
That's all you need.
The giant screen at
gotta be
Movico. So I remember in 2006, which I believe was my 9th birthday, we had a bunch of spoilers. We did not watch Jackass 2, but although I wish that would have been great for a bunch of 9-year-olds to watch Jackass 2. But we watched Open Season, the Martin Lawrence animated movie.
Oh yeah.
But I remember me and my friends, we had like a whole birthday party. We were in the birthday room. We had the cake. We had the whole 9 yards. It was fun. But I remember me and my friends, we were like playing in the arcade either before or after the movie. And we were like, being little shithead kids. We were like running through the hallways. And we like saw that like the marquee said Jackass 2. And we are like, Jackass, what is that? So we like walk in for like a second and just like watch a scene. And I remember it was the bowl scene. There's 4 of them in the circle.
Oh,
and it's like being raised.
the
Toro
Toro.
Totter.
Whatever. Yeah,
Totter.
exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember
we
were like
to walk in on.
Yeah, we
That
were
is a
like
great scene.
we were like cackling just in the hallway, and then like we saw like adults just like looked at us, and we ran out of the theater. But
Could have walked in when Chris Pontius was drinking horse. Like there was a lot of different things
That would have been,
There
or
was a
Dave
lot.
England eating fucking horse shit.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Yeah.
so much that could have traumatized me. I remember that same day I walked into like the Final Destination theater as well. Like, there's a lot going on that I could have walked in on.
Right.
But anyways, so that formed the interest, and I remember my at summer camp, I believe the next year, one of my friends brought the DVD for this either in a PSP or on a portable DVD player. I cannot remember which, just to really date myself.
Yes.
Yes. And we were like, I remember we were in the playground at our summer camp, and we were watching it underneath the playground. We were watching this movie. We watched this and Borat in the same week, just to really date it.
Nice. What a double feature.
Yeah, we were like little mischievous, like
That's
9 and 10
early
year olds.
2000s right there.
Yeah, we were obsessed with watching Jackass. I loved it from a young age. I tell the story on my other pods all the time where I had a very mischievous like movie watching childhood of just like trying to get away with watching things like Jackass, Saw. I loved when I was a kid, but just shit like that. And when I saw Jackass 3 when it came out when I was 13, and I fucking loved it.
Did you see that in theaters?
I did not.
Did you get a parent to take you to see Jackass?
No, I tried to get my mom, and she was like, "I'm not walking up to a ticket booth and asking to see Jackass 3D with my 13-year-old son." So I was like, valid.
What will the neighbors think?
No, honestly, but I will say when Jackass Forever came out, that was perfect for me because I was, of course, a full adult by that point, and it was kind of magical to me.
Well,
because
look at you growing up.
I get to finally see one of these in theaters, and but it also gave me the opportunity to rewatch all these again and kind of relive through it. And yeah, so I just have a very fond place in my heart for these movies. They kind of weirdly are nostalgic for me, even though they very much should not be. I associated with all the shithead kids I grew up with in my neighborhood when I was younger, so I just have very fond memories with them.
So are you aware that they're making a 5? Jackass 5's coming out?
I'm very curious what it's going to be. I saw that Knoxville, I think, teased that it was going to be more of a clip show than an original movie because they're so old. But I'm curious how much new stuff they have.
I hope that's not the case.
I hope so too.
I'd be pissed.
Did you ever go back and watch the TV series?
I've actually never seen the TV series. Now, I've seen clips from the TV series.
You gotta go back.
I've seen a lot of like
Paramount
the big
Plus.
ones. I need to get on that. That's a blind spot for me.
Yeah. Oh man.
Tim, did you see Jackass Number 2 in theaters?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
That's
every
all
Jackass.
Come on, baby.
I've seen them all in
perfect
theaters.
time. We talked about
All
that.
of them on the big screen with the big hairy asses and the dongs and everything.
Yeah.
You just got to see it on the big screen.
I saw the show. I made shows in my voice, my video recorder with my Jackass friends. We did all kinds of terrible things. We saw it in theaters. Yeah, buddy, come on.
Last thing I'll say about this little section, I know you guys will talk about it next week, but I just really want to quickly say, I so wish I saw Jackass 3 in theaters so I could see it in 3D. That is like one thing I'm sad that I missed
3D.
as a youth.
It was something. You had to be there. You had to be there.
I know. I want to. If I could time travel, that's what I would probably do.
Now, do you think they called it Jackass Number 2 because that sounds like poop?
100%.
100%.
Yeah. That's
You don't
exactly
miss-
why.
You don't miss that opportunity, baby. It's golden.
Yeah,
Come on.
that's a once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
So this movie, Also directed by Jeff Tremaine, comes back, returns to direct. Cast, the same usual suspects. We got Johnny Knoxville, Bam Margera, Wee Man, Chris Pontius, Preston Lacey, Dave England, Danger Aaron. More Spike Jonze in this one. We see him a little bit in the first one. You know, he is, of course, one of the creators of Jackass, which is hilarious because, you know, he's a respected, renowned, you know, filmmaker. He spends his time in this movie just dressed as an old lady whose titties just keep popping out. She can't keep her boobies
There's some nasty titties, too. There's some nasty titties.
You know what? For being a full body suit, because they pretty much show her just in her underwear naked, the full body suit looks pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely believable, but
like it was looking good, Tim, right? It was looking good.
No. Negative Ghost Rider.
No, it looked realistic though, man. It like
yeah.
Tim, get your mind out of the gutter. It looked realistic, right?
You know what? I feel like this is a trap. I don't want to answer this now. I don't want to answer. I feel like
it doesn't look super realistic, but I think it looks passing realistic. Like if you see it, because you're not going to assume that this is just some dude in old lady makeup.
No, yeah. I think the one with the car is hilarious because then the gown comes off and she's stuck, or he's just stuck in it, being naked in front of those people. And you don't want to look.
Lady voice too. There's a good old lady voice.
Or he does. Like and correct me if I'm wrong, and I don't know if you guys are doing this one on the pod as well. But in the Bad Grandpa movie, isn't that entire film revolved around the in-canon characters of Bad Grandpa and Bad Grandma? Doesn't she canonically die, like Spike Jonze's grandma in that movie, and that's like inciting incident?
You know, I have it in the notes. I have it in the notes because we actually aren't covering Bad Grandpa.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I know. I feel like we should have, but we didn't clock it in. Yeah, we didn't clock it in there, so it's not on the lineup. But I do have in the notes to talk about it because in this movie is really kind of where we get the birth. Like we'd seen Johnny Knoxville dressed as the old man before, but this is the birth of the Bad Grandpa when they do the skit where he's with the kid and you know just letting the kid smoke and look at nudie mags and like cuss and do all this stuff, and the people get mad and want to fight this old man, and that is essentially all of what Bad Grandpa is. Now, I haven't seen Bad Grandpa in a long time, so I don't remember the Spike Jonze of it.
It really holds.
I don't remember if he dies.
He may be dead. Super funny. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I rewatched it right before Forever came out. Although, actually, I may have to revise my previous statement. The first Jackass movie I guess I technically saw in theaters was not Forever. It was actually Bad Grandpa, if you want to count it. Because I saw that in high school.
It barely counts. Barely.
It's a spin-off.
It's a big. I mean, I will say there are a ton of like stunts in that movie. To me, one of the top 5 funniest things Johnny Knoxville's ever done on screen is when he gets his fake dick stuck in the vending machine at the beginning of the movie. And people
I don't remember this movie that much. I know it's all, but I don't remember that.
Like explosive diarrhea in a
Johnny
golden corral.
Fucking a vending machine. I don't know how I forget this.
They go to a golden corral and he like shits all over the walls in a golden corral. It's incredible. Like it's so funny.
All right, I'm putting it on my watch list.
I'm not gonna lie, I never seen Bad Grandpa because I mind the sketch. I think the sketch is all right. I don't know. I was just I don't feel like watching Knoxville for a full movie be a grandpa who does stupid shit. Because that sketch never really got me, except for the old balls. Later, when he's got the balls hanging out, that's fucking hilarious.
That's
the dog
you and your balls,
on him.
You and your balls. That's so you.
But it is so me. I'm jealous.
But within that, though, I think is the cool thing about like what they accomplish. Like, because like it's of course like fucking crazy that they have like old man like sagging balls. Like it's like comically like long. Like they're like
the accomplishments. Like they made leaps and bounds in the world of like saggy ball work. Like making those saggy balls.
Sincerely. Yeah. I think that's pretty much where I always fall on these movies is that like, yes, it is very funny
saggy balls.
Like hit in the nuts. But also like if you do just like if you look at it from an artistic perspective, it's like genuinely all very accomplished. Like what they accomplish here with like makeup, prosthetics, stunts, even like the musical numbers are like actually genuinely impressive. That's why I think there has been like resurgence.
I want to talk about some of this though.
Yeah.
I was very impressed that they were able to shave off all their pubes and butt hair and then put it in a container that made it look like it was brand new. I was like, oh, that was actually well done.
That was good.
That was good.
Tim, would you buy, now imagine you were balding.
I was balding, like losing my hair.
Imagine you're balding and you're not handling it well. You're not handling it well. You can't pull it off. I'm here to tell you as your friend, you would not be able to pull this off.
Oh, I know.
So, you want a wig. Would you get a wig made of your friend's, mine, maybe Adam's, pubic and buttocks hair?
Probably not. But it's not off the table. So, it just depends.
All right.
You know, like how curly it is. Do I straighten it? Like... Because I have usually straight hair, so if I get a lot of curly hair, I don't know how to deal with that.
Oh no, I don't have. Mine are naturally straight.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, then maybe we're talking. Now we're talking here. You know, it's all about negotiation.
You don't gotta worry about that.
Yeah, do I gotta pay for it?
I don't. We'll get there, Tim. I'm not here to talk business on it. I just wanted to know. So
I'm all about business, baby.
When we're talking about the musical numbers and all the things, one of my complaints of this movie, I don't know if this movie is as authentic as the first. Do you think some of this stuff is a little too staged or is staged at all? I feel like some of it is. Some of it feels fake to me.
Like what? I'm curious what.
Yeah, which one feels fake?
So I guess it starts with the beginning. Okay, the very first movie opens them just hauling ass in a giant shopping cart, which, Adam, did you know that shopping cart was from the set of The Incredible Shrinking Woman? It was not made for Jackass.
No, I had no clue about that.
They found it on the set, and it was from The Incredible Shrinking Woman, so I looked up the scene, and they made a giant shopping cart for when she's shrinking, and she's just riding it, and they just grabbed it and started riding it.
Which is amazing, the staying power it has, because that's like the poster, that's like the iconography of Jackass, that shot. Yeah.
Apparently Preston Lacey just saw it and was like, oh, that's sweet, let's use that, and then they did it. So for that, that's just them hauling ass in The Incredible Shrinking Woman's giant shopping cart, down a road, and they're shooting shit at them. In this opening, where they're in the fake little town, and they each get their own like little moment that is clearly set up where they're waiting for the bull to come hit them and stuff like that. The whole opening is very clearly staged. And so that's what already kind of sets that tone for me, that this feels like this is more of a show. Not all of it, clearly. Another one... there were two other skits that really stood out to me. There's one really, they do these really small little skits. And there's one, of course, where Preston is like chasing Wee Man. And he's chasing him around a corner. And then they round the corner. And then they come running back. And there's a whole horde. Yeah. A murder, a flock of little people. What do we call this? There's a bunch of little people chasing them both, and they come speeding by, and the reactions of where were they? India? I think they were in India or something.
Yeah, they were in
India. The reactions
of
the India people were so fake to me. They were just like, and I was just like, these people were clearly in on this to me.
I would agree with that.
The reactions were so fake.
I feel like they were told that they're going to run by, because when Preston first runs by chasing Wee Man, and then they duck around that corner, like the two dudes look and they're like, whatever, and they go back to talking. Like, so I was even saying the same thing in my mind. I was like, oh, this is just. And then when they all came back around, the lady fell off her bike, and then everyone was like, what the shit? There's a whole horde of them coming at them.
It looked fake
I can see what you're saying. And then the last one, there's always a last one who's the slowest. He's just,
oh yeah, it's like from Jumanji, because they had the slow rhino in Jumanji, and so it's always the slow Jumanji rhino.
Yeah,
but the last one that really stood out to me that just feels so fake is and I have more notes on it later, is the beehive in the limo. Now, I'm not saying it's fake that those aren't real bees. I think they stuck a real beehive in a limo.
Yeah.
And let them get stung. But the whole, we're going to this photo shoot, we're doing this thing. Oh, and we just happen to be showing up talking about, this photo shoot we're doing with the sunroof open and everything's perfect. I think they knew damn well. They were like, hey, let's do a thing where we're going to drop beehives on you guys and pretend you didn't know it was coming. It felt staged.
Yeah, because you're really hoping that sunroof is open.
Yeah, what if the sunroof's not open and all the windows are shut?
I think for me, it doesn't necessarily bother me as much, because the production value of this one is just so, like, it really feels like they proved something with the first movie, and they got a true budget this time around, so they're able to, in other areas, make like an actual film. So that's why I think it works. Like, I can excuse the other stuff, because the stuff that works so well. I think.
So speaking of the budget, yes, this movie has a budget of $11.5 million. The first one had a budget of only $5 million. It more than doubled. Box office total for this one was $84.6 million. The first one made $79 million. So, again, increased. Domestic on the box office was 72.7 of that was domestic. This movie opened September 22nd, 2006, as we talked about. It opened number 1 at the box office. That box office lineup that weekend was number 1, Jackass Number Two. Number 2 was Jet Li's Fearless. Getting some Jet Li action in there. I like it. 3, Gridiron Gang. You got to have The Rock. 4, Fly Boys. Nobody watched or liked Fly Boys. 5, Everyone's Hero. I don't know. That sounds familiar, but I don't have a clue what that is.
Oh my god.
No
That's the one where it's fucking Babe Ruth's. It's an animated movie with Babe Ruth's baseball goes missing, and a kid has to like return it.
I never saw that movie, but I remember those commercials.
Yeah, I saw it with my dad, who's a big Yankees fan, and we were both kind of like, "This is a weird movie." I don't know why we saw
Is this when you were watching Open Range with Martin Lawrence?
Open Season. Thank you very much.
Open
Season. Open Range, that Western movie.
No, I think we.
Yeah,
I may have actually saw it at home because I think I opted for Open Season instead as my monthly viewing, and that certainly
You
was not
chose Open Season over Everyone's Hero. Damn, hot take.
Yeah, I know. Hot take. Hot take.
How could you?
All right, the tagline of this movie. Guess who just made number 2? Oh, it definitely was a poop thing. They put it right in the tagline.
Come on. I did not.
I mean, I figured it was, but the tagline reaffirms this. Guess who just made number 2? That's great. That's a great tagline.
And there was a lot of poop in this one. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, there was too much
poop. A lot of poop. This one made me want to throw up more than the first one. And
we're going to... Okay, hold it, Tim, because we are almost there. We're almost there. We're almost to movie talk. We've already done a lot of movie talk. That's okay. Edge yourself, Tim. So I think that's a great tagline. Better than the first one, I think. Runtime, 1 hour, 32 minutes. So this one's a little longer. I think the last one was like 89 minutes, 88 minutes, something like that. We get a few extra minutes. They make use of them. Awards nominations, no Oscar nominations. But according to IMDb, I know, fuck the Oscars.
Yeah, right. Nothing for the prosthetics. Them titties didn't make themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Best makeup.
We just talked about
costume
it.
Design.
Yeah.
I'd vote.
Come on.
Bullshit.
But it did, according to IMDb, and this may be bullshit. I think, can't people just put anything they want on IMDb?
I feel like
how does IMDb work?
It's kind of like Wikipedia.
I'm not sure, honestly. I don't know if there's like an approval process or not.
According to IMDb, this was nominated for the Stinkers Bad Movie Award for Most Painfully Unfunny Comedy.
Oh.
And I've never heard of the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards. It's not the Razzies. Everybody knows the Razzies. I don't know the Stinkers.
I can't imagine playing second fiddle to the Razzies. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, a wannabe. Trying to ride the Razzies' coattails. Trying to get a little bit of that Raz-Riz. You can't have it.
The Riz-Raz.
Riz-Raz.
You can't handle the
Rat
Riz.
was there.
All right, let's talk about this movie. Let's do some movie talk.
You know what? I'm actually airing my grievances.
Okay.
I was actually upset that they didn't have the little names of each stunt right then and there. Like, it just would fade to black, and then we'd go to the next one. Fade to black, then go to the next one. I was like, I don't know. There's something about knowing the name of the stunt maybe gives you a little bit. Like, they don't have to, say it. You know, like the fake photos.
What did I say? That one with the poop? You don't know which one that is. That's 10 of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, the first one and in all the shows, they would do it for the most part. There was names for each stunt. And then the movie, obviously the first one, there was names for every single fucking stunt. And this one, there was no name. I think there was like maybe 1 or 2, if that.
I mean, I'll never forget 3, like when he's like, and this is the slapper, and like the one where they're going down the hallways and just like slapping the shit out of each other. Like, no, that is something that I think they perfected later on, is like when they announce the name, because they make it iconic instantly when they name it. I agree.
They do a few here because I have them in my notes, some of the names.
Yeah, no, they do a few, and I looked up the stunts because I do my ranking of the stunts. There's 54 stunts, and then it's obviously named. That's a lot of stunts. But like the first one, they did it in the first movie. In the TV show, they did it. I just don't know why they didn't keep doing it. But whatever.
In the opening of these, they always say the stunts are performed by professionals. Who are the fucking professionals? You told me Steve-O?
Yeah, I don't know.
Wee Man, Johnny Knoxville, these people. Bam Margera's a professional of what? That dude's not a fucking professional of
He
anything.
go to stunt guy school, you know?
He didn't do poop. What? You went to a pooping on a tiny toilet school?
Yeah. You were, yeah. No, I don't think so.
Okay,
There's no
let's
school
talk
for
about
that.
poop for a
What is this,
minute.
a
We
school
got to talk
France?
poop. Tim, let's talk poop. So in the last one, they
like
poop. They do the poop in the toilet in the hardware store.
Yes.
This one, I don't remember. I know it's in my notes. I'm going out of order here, just because you mentioned poop,
Poop.
naturally. So, they do the tiny little cut scenes. Like I talked in the last one, it was a 5-second shot of one of them just diving into a ceiling fan. They do these really short ones, and they had a really short one here where it was just like a tiny diorama of a bathroom with a tiny toilet, and you're just like, what are we looking at here? And then a really gross giant shit just falls into frame.
Yeah.
And that was it. It was just like 5 seconds. Someone takes a real shit on a tiny diorama.
And they zoomed out, and you saw it was like a tiny diorama of the room I guess they were in, and that was it.
Yeah,
And
I
then
didn't even look at who it was. I was too distracted by the poop.
It's
I don't
Chris.
even know who that came out.
I believe it's Chris
Pontius?
Pontius that does it. Yeah, Pontius.
No,
Okay, I was
it
gonna
was,
say, it doesn't seem like a Pontius
no, it wasn't
thing.
Pontius.
Pontius don't seem like a pooper. He'll
It
whip
was
his dick out.
no, it was the same guy who did it in the first one, in the thing. Danger
Who's
Aaron,
that?
right? Isn't that his
Oh,
name?
Aaron McGeehee?
Aaron. Yeah, it was him because he's the big time
Okay.
pooper guy. He's always pooping and stuff.
The one
But
who like
Preston-
shits himself all the time?
Yeah,
He's
'cause
like,
he almost
stop,
shit
I'm going to
himself.
shit myself. Oh my God, I shat.
But apparently he almost shat himself in the fucking limo too with the fucking bees because he was like, oh man, I gotta fucking poop. And they're like, well, you pooped in the van last time. And he's like, yeah, but I want to poop in the toilet. And then like Preston, he was doing the fart mask with Steve-O.
Okay.
And then he
Yeah,
pooped
since
in
we're
that
on
one.
poop, let's
As
just
I'm
get
saying,
the poop ones
through,
in.
I'm getting the poop out of the way. And he
That,
fucking
I
pooped in
think-
that one.
That is
A perfect poop.
one of the
That's what they said.
funniest and also grossest parts of this movie, I think, is
Yeah.
the fart mask. Steve-O just wears like an astronaut helmet, like a fucking scuba diver helmet that is connected to a tube that runs directly to Preston's ass that he just farts into a funnel and then sharts and just takes a shit in it.
Yeah.
And that part's already gross. But then inside of the astronaut helmet, Steve-O is just vomiting violently against the glass.
It's disgusting.
This is a movie that went to theaters and made $84 million or whatever I said.
Yeah, and that's not even the worst one. That's not even the worst poop thing.
What's the worst poop thing? Was it when they ate the
worst-
horse poop?
Yeah, the worst is when fucking 3-6 was it 3-6 Mafia, I think it was, fucking paid
I don't know.
what's his
Don't threaten
face? What's his
I feel
face? Fucking
threatened.
$200 to eat the fucking poop. He fucking ate the horse poop. Now, I'm sitting there eating lunch. You guys got to remember, I watch a lot of these I watch most of this stuff on my break at work because I don't got a lot of time. Because when I
I
come
thought you
home,
were going
I'll
to
get
talk to me on your breaks from now on.
vicariously. Vicariously? Is that what it is? I don't know. Telepathically.
No, I don't
do.
know what that means
I don't know
related
what
to
that means
this.
either. Anyway, so I'm fucking eating my lunch because that's the only time I'm off the clock and I can watch this shit. So I'm fucking eating my lunch, and the moment I take a bite into something, I look up and it's like, I'll pay $200 fucking to eat this poop, and I was like, here we go, here we go. I'm eating fucking, and I'm eating the thing with it was like gravy.
You know what?
and,
Horses
like,
making a
rice and
comeback,
shit.
though. Horses,
No.
I think they were on their way out. This movie
Were
brought
they?
them back. The shit,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
probably
it was
kicked somebody
disgusting.
at some point.
I almost threw up. I'm not gonna lie. This movie made my stomach a little queasy. I had to pause a little bit and be like, all right, let me just
Adam, did
finish
you
this
gag at any
segment.
point during Jackass?
It's a little rough.
I mean, I've seen
two.
it so many times that I can't say it like affected me again. But I will say, for me, and I did put this in my notes. I mean, we already kind of went over it, but the like little dollhouse shit that always gets me. I don't.
Little dollhouse shit, man.
We should never. I mean, never do that. I think that's one thing that I don't find funny about the Jackass shit is that I never. I mean, I do think it's funny when he like it is in the first one where he shits himself. Like that is funny to me.
Yes.
Because it's not about the shit. It's the fact that there was an original stunt, and then the stunt was so bad that they made him shit himself. Like,
Yeah.
like that's funny. But like when it's just a shot of like the shit falling into like a tiny toilet, like that makes me gag.
I like
the one that always gets me in this one though that I straight up cannot watch are the leeches in the eyes.
Yeah.
I just cannot.
I don't like
watch
that.
it.
No,
Yeah,
that was
no.
rough.
But that's something they balance pretty well because there are like there's moments where one starts and you have like a tension like when one starts because you're like I don't know where this is going. It could either be like the worst thing I've ever seen or the funniest thing I've ever seen. And I like that there's a tension there when you're watching it though.
So
I like that you have a line. You're like shitting yourself, hilarious. Just watching you shit, not funny.
Not for me. Not for
why
me.
would you do
There's
that?
the artistic flair. Got too far. Too far.
Too far.
You're right, Adam, because
I
some
agree.
of the gags aren't even dangerous or gross or anything. They're just funny, mild pranks. Like, okay, the Valentine, which is the one where they're in the hotel
Yeah.
and they just put up a fake Valentine note on the wall from some random girl in the hotel to the Jackass people so that when they stop to read it, a big fist comes out of the wall and punches them.
That is my
Great
favorite
skit.
one. I think it's so funny, and it's not only just funny because they get fucking smacked, but it's like how they keep inviting the next person over to like read it, and then every time it's still super funny to them because every time the next person gets punched, they just fall on the floor laughing and then rinse and repeat, and it gets funnier each time.
Same fucking thing.
And it was,
so
smart,
funny. Bam's leading them in was so funny because if you listen, I wrote down some of his quotes. Like someone would be reading it and Bam would just be like, read it up close. Like just tell him, why is he telling you to get closer to it? And then he would like tell Ryan Dunn, read the little part, like trying to get him to get close and read the little part. It was so very
really
obvious what he was doing, but like nobody caught on, which I don't understand because this group, you don't trust people. These were the guys who last movie were coming up behind you and clippering your hair every 2 seconds. Like these aren't people you can trust. The funniest one though, I think, was for Wee Man. They just stuck a little chair under it, and it wasn't even a chair that would be in that hallway. It was a desk chair. It had like wheels on it. It was not like just a decorative sitting chair, lounge chair. And Wee Man pays never mind that there's just a desk chair under this Valentine. He climbs up on it, and he's reading it and laughing it till he get punched off. Great skit. No poop.
One thing, no
That's
poop.
my only critique.
But I think
Not enough poop.
that skit was pretty clever with how the word started off big and then got tinier. So you instinctively when Bam was the first victim, so he instinctively like got closer, and then just got the fucking the boxing glove fist through the wall into his face. And I love that Bam even comments on it with Wee Man gets it. He's like, "Why was there even a chair? There's it's in a hallway. There's no
I do
fucking
think that's
chairs."
the funniest line of the entire movie is why was there even a chair? I
So
think
funny.
that is something that I think the rest of the series from this point forward like adopts is like visual gags. That's something that like I think the series evolves into. Like not to jump like fully ahead, but I guess I can do it since I'm not coming on the other episodes. But like in the fourth one and forever, well, like the opening, I think it's the best opening they've ever done of like the Godzilla dick on the cityscape. Of just like that's something where I'm like, how can you?
I forgot about that.
I forgot.
How do you even think about that? Like, how do you even like what causes the mind to? Like,
I'm excited to rewatch 3 and 4 because I think that they do get better. I think this one is a dip from the first one for me. I think just because the first one feels so raw and it was like they were just like, can we do this? Can we make a whole fucking movie out of this? And they just do the dumbest shit. This one, it almost felt like they were trying too hard. But then I think by 3 and 4, they're just like, no, we're in it.
Yeah.
We know what we are, and they're pumping them out good.
Well, this one. Speaking of dick, this one had a mouse, dick. Or
I know. I wanted to talk about it. We got to talk. That was that was what the very first like stunt.
Yeah, right after
it's
the
like
bull
one or
running,
two,
it was the very first stunt.
Yeah,
just the Chris Pontius penis
man.
dressed up as a mouse and a fucking snake just attacking it.
I will say,
as Johnny Knoxville has it on a string. Yeah, he has his dick on a string. Oh my god!
I believe in 4. I can't remember what he lets bite his dick in 4. I think it's like a lizard or something. Also, I believe 4 is the one as well where he lets the bees. Like he's like naked and he puts the honey all the bees like swarm his dick in that one. So like this dude, I mean, like
wild, man.
He's done like an interview where he's like, I don't think I can have kids, like even if I wanted them, because of like all the shit that is like,
maybe that's why he's doing it.
Yeah,
Burden of vasectomy.
Dude, I love. Pontius' laugh is just so infectious. It's just so funny.
it is really.
It's
funny.
such that like dumb guy innocent laugh. Like I know I'm stupid, but I'm still a nice guy, and I do the weirdest shit, but just like just kind of like chuckling along.
And then whenever
But the
there's
fact
water,
that-
he's always bunny lifeguard, which is so funny. He's like, I'm just here to make sure everything's safe.
He puts a mouse puppet on his dick. Lets Johnny Knoxville puppeteer it, marionette puppeteer it for a snake until a snake bites it. Wild. Who thinks of this? Speaking of dicks, we see Wee Man's full nude dingaling in this movie.
It's true. Did you see
You don't
it?
see a lot of bare dick. Like, okay, that was covered by a mouse puppet. Still technically clothed. You don't see a lot of bare dick. But this, I don't even think we saw any of the first one. Wee Man's, is that the first one we see in Jackass?
I think so. At least in the movies it is.
Yeah.
Because I was
First
like,
real
oh,
one,
shit.
anyways?
We saw his dick. Yeah, because like when like Steve-O does the butt chug, he's in his like Speedo.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. When everyone's shaving their pubes, they're all holding their dicks out of the way.
Speaking
Even
of the butt chug,
balls on the ice.
Timbo, tell us about the butt chug.
So, public service announcement: don't do a butt chug because, in all seriousness, you can actually
You will get
die.
very drunk.
No, you will die. So the blood or the alcohol goes into the blood system so fast because there's nothing stopping it when it goes into your butt that you get alcohol poisoning and you die.
There's no liver connected to your butt. Is the liver what? The liver's the right
I think
thing,
so.
right?
Yeah, the liver,
Yeah.
all that shit. I mean,
There's
you go
no
through a bunch
liver
of stuff.
connected to your butthole.
And it's so it's not a good idea to do. However, Steve-O
was
did the
safe,
butt
though.
chug.
He was
Sure
safe
he was
though
safe.
he was safe because he shot it back out like a squirt gun at everybody.
He did shoot it back out. He did shoot it back out.
He sprayed it back
And
out
then-
of his ass, so it
No,
didn't go
but-
in.
No,
all the way.
correction. He didn't exactly shoot it back out. He had some of it come out and then bam, fucking plunged it out of his butthole.
It's ridiculous.
Which was hilarious that actually worked. And they're all like in it together. I love how nice they are to each other when they're trying to do pranks, but not really nice. They're like, don't worry, man, I got you. He's like, yeah, but I wouldn't be in this situation if it wasn't for you. Because like Knoxville's
the
holding
butt
on to him
chug-
so Bam can chug him out.
That was adopted from a deleted scene from the first one, something similar, where they tried shoving alcohol up Steve-O's butt, and then it ended up not making the cut. It wasn't through like a beer bong like that. It was something different. So they upped it a little bit for this one,
Yeah.
and good on them, because
Well,
that is, I think, a good scene. I like it.
And I think the best part of that scene is at the very end when Steve-O has the beer bong and then he flings it like just unintentionally, like, let's go to the bar. You know, he does that like, come on,
Oh,
guys.
yeah, and
and then
sprays
it just,
everybody.
It just sprays everybody's
No,
sitting
thank
there
you.
like,
Yeah.
that's so
I wonder
funny.
how many frat dudes tried that after Jackass 2.
Oh, I'm sure a lot. That's
Oh,
why
dude,
they were
so
like, that's
many.
how the reason why I know it's bad for you, because I remember being on the news like, don't fucking butt chug, you die.
The news spoke straight to you. Tim, do not put a butt chug up your butt.
See, here's the thing. In my college days, I was never good at the beer bong anyway. I was good at the keg stand. You get me on a keg stand, upside down, I could do a keg stand. But I was never good at the beer bong. It was never good.
I mean, I can't speak to like obviously this in particular and like how influential it was when this came out, but I will say in general, Jackass like influenced the youths quite a bit because I remember my
Oh yeah.
I won't out him. I won't
You're making
say
yourself
his,
sound old, Adam.
The
The
youth.
youths.
Can
the
you? What
youths.
is the youth?
Well, I back when I was a youth when this movie came out.
Yeah.
I will say like I won't
old man.
out him by name right now, but a good friend of mine when we were growing up.
good.
I remember the year this movie came out, he made me film him like going down a hill on a skateboard.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And he
Me and
was,
Josh
he
were
was
both like, what are we doing?
no, and he was I don't know what his, because I think there may have been like a contest for like MTV or something to like send in stuff, because I don't remember if he
Was there?
either that or he made one up in his head. I don't know, but
I was gonna say I don't think MTV would do that.
No.
They didn't
I
want
don't-
people to do
Your
stuff.
buddy just wanted you to go down a hill and
Okay.
get fucking hurt.
Yeah, well, no, he was. I was recording. He was the one that was doing. He was dressed up as a knight.
Oh.
I don't know why he dressed up as
Yeah.
a knight, and he got
It's
on
from
a
the TV
skateboard.
show.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did that, and but he was like, "Welcome. My name is." Won't dox him. Welcome to Jackass, and then he went down the hill, and then his
So
mom
you
like
said
yelled
his
at
name
his
was
both
Bo
after, and it was, yeah. I don't want to dox him live on. He has a wife and kids now. He's grown up, thankfully.
Yeah.
But
Oh, they would never respect him again.
Never.
They would lose all
They
respect.
knew what he did. He went down a hill in a night costume. If it makes you feel
You
any
know
better,
your husband dressed up as a knight.
fucking split his head wide open.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, me and my buddies when the show was on, I recorded all kinds of stuff of us. If YouTube was there back then, which I don't think it was, because I'm old. God, we'd be all over.
YouTube wasn't
doing
there when the
jousting.
Jackass show or first Jackass movie
no.
came out. No,
Because we were hellions.
at least
in
not when the show
neighborhood.
was out.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about horse. So the theater.
I've been waiting for this.
I never thought you'd bring
When
it up.
I
Josh.
saw this in the theater, I want to know what your guys' experience were. Because when I saw it in the theater, they put a big blur bar over him drinking it. But I heard tale that wasn't the case everywhere. Was it
thought it
censored
was.
everywhere?
I
Did you
thought
guys?
it was because it's considered. Is it considered like bestiality or no?
No, it wouldn't be because that's not a sexual act. He didn't drink it out of the horse's.
When I rewatched it, there was a bar on it. I'll tell you that.
Yes, there was a bar when I watched it. When I saw it in theaters, there was a bar. But when I talked to other people who'd seen it, they said there was a bar. There was no bar in my theater. And I went,
Maybe it was one of those like Mandela effects. Like they don't think they saw the bar, but the bar was there. What about you, Adam?
But it couldn't have been a Mandela effect at that time because this was when the movie first came out. We were just talking about the movie, and I was like, "Yeah, they had to censor the horse." And they were like, "They didn't censor it. I just saw it."
That's what I'm saying.
mean-
I wonder.
I want to say I've seen the raw footage before. I want to say, maybe there's
got
like
it.
there an unrated cut like on DVD or something. That's the only thing I can think of.
But if they're seeing it in theater,
I don't know.
I don't-
I mean,
My
I will say
theater,
that's
it was blurred.
it was blurred.
I-
Yeah, I remember.
I will say that's not uncommon.
But you
'cause
and I
sometimes
probably
they-
saw it in the same damn theater, Tim.
Sometimes
circus
theaters do send out different cuts of movies. On like
Oh yeah, because certain
unintentionally.
places won't show certain stuff.
Yeah. So that could be it as well. I will say for me, I feel like I have seen it before. Like, or maybe I'm getting my wires crossed with. I keep going back to 4, but 4 has a scene as well where it's
You love 4.
I think is it bull semen in that one. I forgot what it is, but
I don't remember 4, honestly.
there's
I gotta
like
rewatch
there's a
it.
scene where he was
I
like,
can't wait.
I want to say like Pontius or someone drinks it, and he's like, he
course
drinks
he
it,
does.
and then he's like, "Yep, that's bull semen," and then he,
I think yeah.
yeah, probably the laugh of the movie with that one, but so I don't think my wires crossed, but I want to say I have seen it. Yeah,
I thought they were going to do a payoff with that. I thought that was the plan, and then later do a payoff. Because he goes, if I drink this, then I get an out on something later. And they were like, yeah,
Oh,
deal.
yeah.
And so I
He
thought
was
that
just
gonna be
looking for
enough-
an excuse to drink it, man.
Oh, I'm sure, but I was hoping that like what Steve-O did in the car the X-ray, the butt X-ray.
yeah.
Like I was hoping it was going to be something later where there was something stupid, like really bad, and Pontius was like, "This is my out. I'm cashing in my chip. You know, like this is my card." And then like Danger Aaron had to do it or some stupid, you know.
Yes.
But they never did have a payoff for that. which
Listen,
is sad.
Jackass number 2 was not really worried about plot payoff. It wasn't really worried about
They
plot
should have. We should always worry about it.
or development of
I'll
fecal
throw it out.
matter.
I've drank a lot of beers on this show, and I haven't had a Miller Lite in so long. I am.
Yeah,
burping.
why are you drinking that? That's disgusting.
It's because that's what they drank in the show, in the movie,
because
the
they're
Jackass
poor.
too. But that was, I don't know. I just was thinking like, what could I drink in honor of this movie? And I was like, it's just stupid to have a tall boy. And every time I do a tall boy, it's dumb. And I don't have a lot
So
of room in my fridge.
speaking of which, I probably should have talked about this up front. We talked about in the first movie, most of the guys were only paid, Adam, I don't know if you know this, like $5,000 for the first movie.
Sounds about right. Yeah.
So I Googled, I was trying to do it real quick right before I started, so I didn't have time to vet this. But let's see, I just Googled how much was Johnny Knoxville paid for Jackass number 2. And it said he got around $11 million for this one, which I do think makes sense because the first one was such a big success off of such a small plot that I think, or a small budget,
Plot.
that I think him as a creator, the main executive, producer and star of it, could demand a significant higher salary for a return. since we already know this works. He already proved this worked in theaters. They'd proved it worked on TV, which it would have worked much better on like HBO, where they didn't have to worry so much about censoring shit. But
Yeah.
HBO was disgusted with them, as we talked about last week. They pitched it to HBO, and it was a terrible pitch. They said that HBO was disgusted with them and wanted them to leave and didn't want to do that show.
Never.
Which I just think is hilarious.
Yeah, the idea of like Knoxville, like in a business suit, bringing the raw footage to HBO proper is funny to me. I think, yeah, I mean, I would not be surprised if even in the clause for the first movie, they're like, if this hits like X amount at the box office, this gets us a pay raise for the second one, because that's very common as well. And I think the first one has succeeded so thoroughly, because I believe what I've read about the first movie is that a lot of what they shot for that first movie was in tandem with the TV show. But this one was a full-length production on its own, from what I understand.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So, okay, let's talk about the final skit. We've already talked about it a little bit. We've hinted at it. They fucking prank Aaron McGeehee really well here, where they make him think that he's doing his own skit where he's going to pretend to be a terrorist and that the prank is on a cabbie. Reality, the prank is on him because this fake beard that they're applying to him in the makeup chair is a collection of cast and crew members' pubes and butt hair, one of whom had crabs, they confirm, because they see it crawling around in there. Just ass hair and dick hair and ball hair glued to his face, and he's like, oh, it's in my mouth. Oh, it feels like pubes. Yeah, it was. So the cabbie, who was it? I had it written. Oh, it's
Jay.
It's Jay from Broken
Jay.
Lizard.
I don't know how to say his last name.
None of us do. Jay.
Nobody does. Jay
Chandraskar.
Chandraskar of Super Troopers. Super Troopers, dude. So they bring him in. You know what? They bring in these people. We didn't even talk about. They brought in John Waters for a really short skit. Fucking love John Waters. He is the perfect person to bring in because he's a filmmaker that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with, but people who are know he's a fucking gross out king and has probably outgrossed every one of these Jackass stars in his fucking movies. Pink Flamingos? Like fucking disgusting. Have you guys seen that movie?
I haven't seen all of it. No.
John Waters. This is what I'm talking about when I say this movie is formative, because it like introduced me to so many like people that I would like find later in life as like a cinema goer, like John Waters, Spike Jonze, like it, and like going back again, like I started here and then I became like a cinephile when I grew up, and then going back to rewatch these movies and be like, oh wait, fucking Spike Jonze and John Waters are in this. Like what? How did I forget that?
Owen Wilson in the outtakes or later.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's in when they're doing the credits and they're showing some more stuff, like Owen Wilson and then some other guy who's been in a bunch of HBO movies. I think the dude was in like Sex and the City. I can't think of his name. Yeah, they fuck with Owen Wilson. He's like, man, that, whew, you know. And he's just like, are you okay? Yeah.
But in Pink Flamingos, Divine, you know, the drag queen, eats dog shit right out of a dog's ass for real. It is not fake. That's Jackass stuff. And John Waters wanted the viewers to know for sure that it was real, because the whole point of this movie Flamingos, which was this really cheap Pink Flamingos, was this really cheap indie movie that was meant to just push boundaries, was they're trying to be the grossest family like in America, and so they are competing to just outgross. And at the end it shows the drag queen Divine, to prove it was real, they show the dog shit, no cuts. Divine scoops it up and starts eating it, and then starts gagging and like vomiting with shit all in her teeth. And that was so far before Jackass, but that is Jackass shit right there. So it makes perfect sense that they would bring in John Waters to do this. Did you guys see Murder Ball, the documentary?
No.
One of the best documentaries that I had seen a long time. I owned this documentary on DVD growing up. It was a documentary about competitive wheelchair, like paraplegic rugby.
Yes.
And
wow.
it was.
I remember that now.
It was competitive, and it was like almost like the Special Olympics kind of version of it, and they took it so serious. As you know, when any sport, it's like it's so serious to them and to the outside world, they're just like, what are you talking about if they don't know about it? But it's so serious to them. And the leader of the American team, the coach, like defects and goes to Canada and starts coaching the rivals. It was like something out of an actual movie where it's like, hey, he was one of us. He was like our leader, and he left, and he's coaching the Canadians, and he's trying to beat us. And it is such a great documentary that feels like a real-life sports drama thriller. Mm. And this dude, who I had in my notes, but I'm a little drunk now, and I can't find it. The guy in the wheelchair was like the captain, leader of that rugby wheelchair rugby team. And I remember it's so it's not funny, it's a little funny, but it's funny because the way that they worked according to, from what I remember from the documentary, you know, with certain sports you can have so many players on the field at a time. That wasn't the specific rule for murder ball. It was each player got points added to them based on how disabled they were, and you could have up to a certain amount of points on the board. So there could be a guy who like has no legs and no arms, and he would, you know, be like less points. Like you could have more of those people, and then you could have like a guy who has fully functioning everything but his legs. He was more points. So it was like they added value almost to these people based on their disability, which seems a little fucked up, but that's how it was in the documentary. But it's so random that he just pops up. But this was about the time Murder Ball was big. Murder Ball had just come out around like 2005, and it was a big documentary at that time. Because I remember I watched.
And then they shot him
on DVD.
into water.
And then they fucking shot him into water.
It was so long. God,
man, but
also
I was saying Tony Hawk as well for like 10 seconds in this as well.
Oh yeah, always in. Him and Matt Hoffman are always in this.
He was in the first one.
Pubes.
Oh, was he? Okay, I haven't seen that one in a while, but I remember watching this one tonight, and I was like, Tony Hawk again? Like,
although, okay, guys, we stopped we were mid talking about the finale here, and then we were.
That's what I was about to go to. I was about to say, okay, let's get back on it.
The prank on McGeehee, that he's wearing ass hair and ball hair on his face. One dude had crabs. There's crabs in his beard, in his face. He thinks, now here's my thing. He thinks he's pulling a prank on this cabbie. Aaron McGeehee, I think, is, listen, I'm not trying to shit on anybody. He's probably one of the dumbest, one of the weakest cast members. It seems like one of the least important cast members. So, of course, that's why they pick him to fuck with him on this. And his accent for what he thought he was doing is terrible. Nobody would fall for what he thought he was doing. Nobody. No. It was the worst.
Yeah, no, I mean, the main prank was he was going to fool this taxi saying, I got to go to the airport and say dumb shit and fuck with the taxi
supposed to pretend
driver.
He's going to set off a bomb in an airport.
But then they hired Jay from Super Troopers to be the taxi driver to fuck with Aaron, to be like, yeah, man, you could slap him, like you pull out a gun on him at some point, like you can do all this crazy shit, we're going to do all this crazy shit. And then the icing on the cake of that was that his beard was going to be everyone's ball and dick hair. And
there's a lot of layers to this joke.
There's a lot of layers to it. So it was very interesting. Like, how come he was so not listening to Jay when Jay finally did pull the gun on him? So like after a while he finally does pull off to the side, gets him out, and then pulls the gun on him, and he's still like not doing what he says. Like he's like afraid, but not that afraid. Even the guy was like, yo man, get the fuck down. Like he's got a fucking gun. He's like, I don't want to get down, you know. So you're like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not getting in the trunk. He's like, get in the fucking trunk, you know.
Because, you know, I've already said I had my suspicions that some of this stuff wasn't 100% on the up and up. I do think this one is. I don't think that this one is staged. I think that Aaron McGeehee really is being fucked with. But I know I had that same thought, and it's like, I guess you see things, and it's like people react totally differently than you would expect them to in these types of situations. And I really think the reason he was behaving that way is because to him, the whole Jackass crew, film crew, he knows is right there. And he's expecting them to walk up at any second and stop it. And they just don't. Which he keeps saying, the line where he's got a gun. Like,
that line where he's like, okay, we're getting good footage. He's like, he has a fucking gun. Like, that is so funny.
Yeah.
He's just like on the, like, he's like laying on the pavement, like gun to his face. And Knoxville's like, yeah, we're getting good footage right now. We're in the car. And he's like, and there's a fucking gun. Like, it's
when
so
they
good.
pull him out and they all just laugh at him, and he's like, "Oh, you guys got me," and then they're like, "That's our pubes on your face," and he's just like, "Oh fuck," another layer to the joke.
Yeah, it's
deep.
And also, I will say, as someone that loved the Super Troopers movies as a kid, how
did he recognize him?
How does he not recognize him?
Super Troopers very popular,
but it's also so funny because he goes, "What are you, an actor?" And he's like, "Come on. Like, that's such a classic like meme now. Come on.
Yeah, as a kid I was always like, oh my god, it's Jay. So like every time I rewatch it, I like seeing that. Like I feel like the Broken Lizard guys just don't always get their due. I like those movies quite a bit, and
they do not get their due.
We got a new Super Troopers coming out.
I'm excited.
Well, we don't need that either, but that's fine. Different story.
I'm down. I like this. I thought the second one was pretty damn good, honestly. So I'm there for the third one.
Yeah, I don't really remember the second one, but I'll watch it again.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so Jackass ends with a big musical number. And everyone, like in the beginning, gets their own little send-off.
Well, Rip Taylor, we also forgot to mention, also shows up to announce the movie's ending. He ended the first movie just randomly on a boat in the first movie. It's just like, oh, it's the end. And he pops back up and says, okay, now continue with your musical.
So it starts off with Knoxville putting his hand, singing what they're about to be singing, and then puts his hand in a bear trap, and then they take his hand out of the bear trap, and then the set moves away, and then you're on a big sound stage.
That's what I'm talking about with more fake Hollywood stuff. Obviously, that was fake, and it was meant to be fake. They weren't trying to make you think it was real, but still, it adds to my this whole thing.
Real a little more bear staged. Fucking trap that he put his arm in, and then adds and then they do a song and dance to everything, and everybody gets their own little like stunt at the very end, which I liked. I thought it was. I wasn't against it, you know.
I was a little against it.
Why? What was your qualms with it?
Because it doesn't feel like Jackass. It just feels like they're trying to put on a production. Don't put on a production. Put your fucking dick in a mouse costume and let a snake bite it. Let Johnny Knoxville puppeteer your dick. Eat some horse shit. Drink some horse. Like, don't fucking.
We never did talk
dance
about
for me. What are we doing?
This one sets the tone for it though, because I feel like moving forward from this one, they do something like this every single film. Like not like film, sketch, everything after this. They always have some production to this extent. Moving forward, there's like a real theatricality of the series moving forward. So I like that this one.
Well, maybe this is just the weakest because it's their first time. They hadn't got
at the end. Well, at the end of the first one,
they hadn't got a hold of the balls of it yet.
They did the same thing at the end of the first one. They all pretend to be old and have their own little send-offs and stuff like that.
Right, but this one's like a full. This one's like the full like musical number though. Like it really feels like there's like a real cinematic homage at play, which I appreciate.
Tim, you're wrong about this.
How am I? I'm not wrong. I'm just saying they did it.
You're thinking of the M. Night Shyamalan movie Old, I think.
I don't know. I think you're Shyamalama Ding Dong over there. That's all I'm thinking.
Well, that's inappropriate.
You're inappropriate.
Let's talk about the ending segment of the show. Oh, although before we do this, the ending credits, they show more stuff. One thing I noted, a lobster clamping on Steve-O's tongue. That should have been in the movie. Why not?
Yeah.
I remember it was in the trailer, but it's not in the movie.
Was it?
Yeah, it's a very quick shot.
Not in the actual movie, only in the credits.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in the trailer and like waiting for it when I saw the movie. Because I kept being like, how the fuck is this going to tie into anything?
Well,
I mean,
now is the time of the show that we likes to call a letterbox time. This is the part of the show where we take a look at the letterbox score to see what the people think of Jackass Number Two, and then we will give our final thoughts and scores for Jackass Number Two. The average score for this movie on Letterboxd at the time of recording is a 3.5. That is out of 132,000 reviews. The most common rating, surprising, I think. 4 stars. I say surprising just because that's very high. we don't see a lot where the most common rating is that high, especially for a movie like this. The Jackass Number One, they wasn't this high.
They weren't that generous.
So Timbo.
Oh shit!
You always say you want to go. You like to come first. You like to come before everybody. You come before the lady. You say.
No,
so.
Never said that. I'm a gentleman.
You've said first is me.
The worst.
So no. Timbo.
Yes.
Tell us your final thoughts and your letterbox score of Jackass Number Two, which means poop.
My final thoughts are my top 5 Jackass stunts of this movie.
Oh, yeah. Give them to us, Tim.
The bungee jump. That shit was hilarious. Especially when Wee Man... We didn't even talk about it, but like Preston is at the top. Wee Man jumps off. They're attached to each other. And then Preston gets pulled off. But he goes faster than Wee Man falls. And then Wee Man then gets sucked back into the water. That shit's hilarious. Number 4.
That was very good.
It was very good. The poof. The poof is when Johnny Knoxville, dressed as an old man, has baby powder sprayed on him.
Specifically because of his line. Did it go poof?
Did it go poof? And he farted in the director's face and the little baby powder poofed twice. Number 3, I liked the Anaconda Ball Pit. I thought that was pretty funny.
These are all in my notes, and we didn't talk about them. You listed all the things we didn't talk about, so good on you, Tim. Bring them up.
And one of my favorite parts of that whole thing is after they get done getting bit up and bloodied by getting the Anaconda finally out of the ball pit, the second one comes out of nowhere and starts striking at him. They're like, oh, shit, what's wrong with the second one? There's 2 of them.
J-Lo wasn't in that one.
Huh? No, J-Lo. That's what Pontius said. We got to do it for J-Lo and Ice Cube. Number 2, the old switcheroo. I like that Preston dressed up as Phil, Bam's dad, and got in the bed with Bam's mom.
Didn't talk about Bam really hardly at all, or Bam's parents. But
dude, can I say one thing about Bam right now? He cried a lot in this one, and like was Pirates of the Caribbean popular because he was so Jack Sparrow, with his outfits and the way he was talking, like
and his
movements. Yeah, his movements and everything. I was like, shut the fuck up, Jack. And then my favorite stunt was the one that we were talking about very quickly, the Toro Totter. That shit was fucking hilarious. And that's one of the stunts I feel like...
That actually looks fun.
It looks fun. I feel like I could... If you and your buddy can stay strong, dude, that bull's never hitting you. The fucking teeter-totter with the bull running around.
That looks fun until it's not, and when it's not, you're fucked.
Oh, no. It's all or nothing.
It's a great prelude to later in the series when Knoxville gets fucked up by the bull, and he
gets so fucked up later.
And then I think his daughter's like, no more bulls or something like that.
I mean, he literally said, and apparently that's his excuse for why the new one's a clip show is because of the bull. He's like, I can't do it again. He's like, I can't do anything anymore after the bull.
That's fair. Got so many concussions.
The bull is a
clip show. I'm gonna be pissed.
So my rating, like we talked about, and I like to say, did the movie do what it set out to accomplish to do? It's a Jackass movie. There's a bunch of stunts. There's some gross shit. Almost made me throw up, but it made me laughing at the same time. I gave it a 3.5. I went average like everybody else. I didn't know everybody else was 3.5 because I forget to check.
Well, the most common rating was a 4, Tim.
Yeah, but the shut up.
The average is a 3.5. Yes. All right, there's Adam. Final thoughts and rating.
I mean, for me, this is a 4 out of 5. I think I can't go like higher than that just because there is like a ceiling to I think this one where it doesn't really have like a grand production value. It's not like, I don't know if it's strings, it's stunts together, and it's gonna sound silly to say this, but I do think like 3 and 4 have like a legit like narrative and like a flow to it that's kind of like to those that are like kind of.
I think they get better. I'm excited for the next one.
Like the editing and like the fluidity of those movies, like they blend so well together and they kind of escalate. This one doesn't really have like an escalation. Like it's like the grossest thing you've ever seen, and then the most like kind of mild one, and then something kind of high up, and then lower, and then the crazy. Like it's all over the place, sporadic, which in a way that kind of helps with like the tension of you don't know what you're gonna get when you get to a certain sequence. But I do like the kind of like gradual build up the next 2 movies. So for this one, I'll say it's a solid 4 out of 5. I think it has some of the best stuff in the entire series. I think it has some of the funniest moments, but also some of the most like, squeamish stuff. Like you brought up like the snake in the ball pit. Like when it shows like Knoxville's arm after that, like I have to look away every time. Stuff like that.
Gnarly.
But it's so fucking fun. I mean, like this and the first one, they're just such classic movies. They just good memories every time I watch them. I can watch these movies pretty much anytime. Yeah.
Solid, I believe.
So what's your? Oh yeah,
like
your score. That's right. I forgot.
For me, yeah, of course, I enjoy this movie. I enjoy this series a lot. I gave the last one a 4 out of 5. This one, upon rewatch, I didn't love it as much as the first because I had my qualms where I was like, it feels like they've changed. The rawness of it was gone, which I know the rawness of it is gone in 3 and 4. But I feel like this one was them trying to find the balance. Like, I think in the next ones, like, they go from grainy to, like, HD video. Like, by 4, the picture looks great. Here they're still kind of in grainy. They're, like, in the in-between.
Yeah.
Are we trying to be this raw, indie, cheap, underground thing? Or this more polished, still crazy, but polished production? And this one... For me, I think, having not rewatched 3, 4, or not seeing 5, is the messiest of the in-between. I still like it. I still enjoy it. It is still fucking Jackass. So I'm a 3.5. I'm a 3.5. I just don't think it's as good as the first. That closes it out. Those are our scores of Jackass number 2, which means poop. Timbo, take us out of here. And before we go, Adam, tell the people where we can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can follow me on my personal letterboxd, Adam Not Sandler. You can find me on there. My website, filmsforbreakfast.com, where you can look at all of our written reviews, movie reviews, TV reviews, all that stuff. But most of all, my main pride and joy, my Films for Breakfast podcast, where we just I think this episode coming around the time of the new Jackass movie.
It'll be a few weeks before it, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I think around this time I should have completed my Spielberg series. So if you want to go through that and listen back to I went through every film in the Spielberg canon.
Timbo and I are on there talking about Last Crusade.
It's a good episode, guys. I can't remember if you guys got drunk for that one, but it's a good time nonetheless.
We sipped. We didn't get drunk, I don't think, but we sipped.
Oh yeah, I remember Tim had the Holy Grail with him, I believe. But
yes, I did. My version.
But yeah, you can check me out there, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts, I'm on there.
Sweet.
Nice.
Well, please, everybody, go do that. Check out all of Adam's stuff. Wonderful. Adam, always a pleasure having you on here. You have a lot of knowledge in movies, and I appreciate all your brain cells that aren't fried by all the dumbness that we talked about tonight. With that being said, everyone, let us know what your favorite stunts were in this Jackass, the number 2. Who does number 2 work for? And let us know what we got right, we got wrong in the comments below. Please like, share, do all the things that we always tell you to do, that everyone tells you to do, because we are a growing channel, and please help us grow together with you in tandem. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
You nasties. With that being said, thank you. We love you. And have a good night.
Catch you on the flippity flop.